Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever looked through your change and thought, this 1 cent could be worth something, you might be right. Today we're counting down the top 5 most valuable USA 1 cent coins that are selling for big money in today's coin market. Make sure you watch until the end because the number 1 coin on this list sold for a jaw-dropping amount that could literally change your life, so let's get it started. Top 1. The 1987 1 cent coin from the United States of America. How can a common penny in bad condition be worth anything? Well, stick around because the story of this coin goes deeper than you expect, and its market value today might surprise you. Let's jump right into the history, rarity, and real market value of the 1987 Lincoln cent. The 1987 1 cent coin belongs to the iconic Lincoln Memorial Series, minted from 1959 to 2008, designed by Victor David Brenner. This coin features front, obverse a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, back, reverse the Lincoln Memorial composition. 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating, mint mark D. Showing it was minted in Denver. 1987 was a year of massive coin production at the Denver Mint alone. More than 4.5 billion 1 cent coins were struck because of this high mintage. The 1987 penny is considered common at first glance, but as collectors know, condition, survival rates, and errors tell a different story. Most people assume a damaged or heavily circulated penny has no value. However, even bad condition coins can carry importance because they show true circulation history. They may contain small errors overlooked by collectors. They appeal to beginner collectors searching for date and mint sets. They serve as entry-level pieces for new hobbyists. The zinc composition of these coins makes them prone to corrosion, bubbles, plating issues surface where because of these issues, even surviving coins from the 1980s often look rough, reducing the number of clean, collectible examples. Market value today. Talk about the real value of a 1987 penny in bad condition. Typical market value, bad condition. Face value 1 cent. Collector value 2 cents, 10 cents. While low, these coins are often included in beginner collector sets, bulk date rolls, penny hoard, starter albums for kids or new hobbyists. When value increases even in bad condition, value can rise if the coin has an error, die, crack, off-center strike, plating, bubble. The coin comes from a rare die variety. The coin has a strong strike despite where the coin is part of a complete collection someone wants to buy. Modern collector demand. Recently, coins from the 1980s have gained interest due to social media, coin hunting, YouTube penny roll searches, the rise of budget-friendly coin collecting, people discovering errors in everyday pocket change. This increased interest gives even common dates like the 1987 a small but real market boost. Coin history. Value over time. In the early 2000s, 1987 pennies had no collector value, no major known varieties, no registry set pressure, but in the last decade, collectors have started paying more attention to high-grade examples, full red coins, unique die issues, zinc plating errors. Because high-quality 1987 cents are rare, even low-quality ones gain some minor recognition in the hobby. Rare error potential, even in bad condition. Keep an eye out for rare errors that can appear on worn coins, such as plating blisters, die cracks on Lincoln's coat or the memorial roof, off-center strikes, die chips around the date, floating roof error on damaged reverse. These can raise value to $5 to $15 for mild errors, $20, $50 for strong off-center or die break errors, $100 plus for major minting mistakes. So even though the 1987 USA 1 cent coin in bad condition is not a high-value rarity on its own, it still holds historical importance. Collector interest. Error potential. A small but real market value boost. It may not make you rich, but it's a perfect example of how even everyday coins carry stories, surprises, and hidden value that collectors love. Top 2. The United States of America 1985 1 cent coin with the D mint mark. Even in bad or circulated condition, many collectors are asking, can this coin be rare? Can it have a high market value? History and background of the 1985 penny. Before we talk about value, let's understand the history behind this coin. The 1985 1 cent coin was minted at the Denver Mint, represented by the letter D. By 1985, the U.S. penny had already switched from the original 95% copper composition to the new copper-plated zinc composition, meaning core 97.5% zinc, outer layer 2.5% copper. This change happened in 1982 due to rising copper prices, so the 1985 penny belongs to the newer zinc generation of pennies. On the obverse, the coin features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial design appears, created by Frank Gasparo. This design was used from 1959 to 2008. The Denver Mint produced a very large quantity of these coins for circulation, mintage, and rarity. Today, the 1985 penny is not a rare coin by mintage because the Denver Mint produced an incredible 5.3 billion pieces. Yes, billions. So, generally speaking, the coin is common. However, Certain factors can make specific pieces more collectible. Coin errors. Most valuable. Some rare 1985D pennies have errors like double die, obverse die cracks, off-center strikes, bubbled zinc plating, lamination errors. These errors are much more valuable than a normal worn coin. High-grade coins. Coins graded MS65, MS66, and MS67 can reach strong prices because surviving high-grade zinc pennies are very hard to find. Zinc corrosion. Most 1985D pennies in bad condition suffer from zinc rot. Collectors avoid those, but extreme damage can sometimes indicate an interesting mint error. Not where market value of 1985D penny, bad condition. What is the market value of a 1985D penny in bad condition? In bad, worn, or circulated condition, like most pennies from everyday pocket change, the value is usually 1 to 2 cents, just slightly above face value. Sometimes collectors buy bulk circulated 1985D pennies, but the price remains low. However, if your coin has any error, the value can jump dramatically. Minor errors. $1 to $10 medium errors. $20 to $75 major errors, off-center, double die, wrong planchet. $100 to even $500 plus depending on severity. Market value for higher grades. Even though your coin is in bad condition, here are the values for top grade 1985D cents MS63, $2 to $4 MS65, $10 to $20 MS66, $50 to $120 MS67, $200 to $750 plus depending on auction demand. This shows that the real value of this coin comes from condition and errors, not age alone. Many people ask if they should save this coin if your coin is plain and worn. It is usually worth little, but if your 1985D penny shows unusual marks, doubling, bubbles, cracks, off-center design, incorrect plating, then definitely keep it or get it checked by a professional grader because those error coins can be worth real money. So, while the standard 1985D 1-cent coin in bad condition is not considered rare and holds low market value, the story changes completely if you find an error coin or a surprisingly well-preserved high-grade example. Coins like these remind us that value doesn't come from age alone but from rarity, preservation, and mint mistakes. If you have a 1985D penny, take a closer look. You might be holding a hidden treasure. Top 3. The 1981 United States 1-cent coin with no mint mark, even in bad condition. Is it rare today? Does it have any big market value, and what is the history behind this penny? History and background of the 1981 no mint mark penny. To understand the value of the 1981 cent, we first need to explore its background. The 1981 penny is one of the last coins made with the original 95% copper composition. At this time, the U.S. Mint was preparing to shift to the cheaper copper-plated zinc planchets, which officially began in mid-1982 due to rising copper prices. Composition: 1981 copper penny, 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc. Weight: 3.11 grams. This makes 1981 pennies heavier and more durable than modern zinc pennies. Design: obverse Abraham Lincoln by Victor David Brenner. Reverse Lincoln Memorial by Frank Gasparo. No mint mark equals Philadelphia Mint. Back then, the Philadelphia Mint did not use a mint mark, so any 1981 penny without a mint mark automatically comes from Philadelphia mintage and scarcity. Today, the Philadelphia Mint produced a huge quantity of 1981 no mint mark pennies. The total mintage was over 7.4 billion coins. Yes, billions, because of this extremely high production. The 1981 penny is not rare in circulation. However, there are a few reasons collectors still look for them. Last full year of copper pennies. 1981 is popular for being the final complete year of the copper Lincoln cents era. Varieties: some 1981 cents, especially no mint mark examples, have collectible mint errors like double die, obverse die cracks, BIE die breaks, off-center strikes, misaligned dies. These errors raise the value dramatically. Copper melt value: each copper penny contains about 2 to 3 cents worth of copper. Although melting U.S. coins is illegal, this gives them more long-term interest than zinc pennies. Market value of 1981 no mint mark penny in bad condition. Now let's talk about the real-world market value. If your 1981 no mint mark penny is in bad condition, scratched, worn, or heavily circulated, then the normal value is 1 to 3 cents, mostly due to its copper content. This means the coin is not valuable in poor condition unless it has something special, but if the coin has an error then the value can rise quickly. Error type: market value small die cracks, $5 to $10, BIE die break, $10 to $20, medium doubling, $25 to $80, major off-center strike, $50 to $150, double die, obverse strong, $100 to $300 plus. Error coins are where the big value exists today, even though your coin is in bad condition. Here are the values of 1981 p pennies in professional mint condition. MS63, $1 to $4 MS65, $10, $20 MS66, $45 to $100 MS67, $250 to $800 plus at auctions because copper coins scratch easily. High-grade examples are hard to find, making the top grades more valuable. Why some people think 1981 pennies are rare. Many people assume 1981 pennies are rare because it's the last full copper year. They feel heavier, they look old. No, mint mark confuses beginners, but in reality, the coin is not rare unless it has an error. It is high-grade, or it has strong eye appeal. A heavily circulated 1981 penny is still widely available. If your coin is in bad condition, it won't make you rich, but you should keep it. If it has doubling, there are unusual lines, cracks, bubbles, the strike looks off-center, it has strong copper shine. You want to collect last year copper cents. For collectors, the 1981 penny is still a great part of a copper penny collection. So the 1981 USA 1-cent coin without a mint mark in bad condition is not considered rare in the market today. Its typical value stays around 1 to 3 cents. Unless it carries an interesting mint error which can multiply the value by 10 times, 50 times, or even 100 times. This coin is more important for its history, being one of the last real copper pennies, and for collectors who look for errors and high-grade survivors. Top for the USA 1-cent coin from 1980 with D mint mark, a coin that many collectors overlook, but one that has a surprisingly interesting story, history, and market value. Even in bad condition, this coin can still hold value and importance for collectors, and today, we're going to explore why this is the 1980 D Lincoln Memorial Cent, struck at the Denver Mint, and like many pennies from the early 1980s, it may look ordinary, but there's more behind this coin than you might think. The year 1980 was part of an era when the United States Mint was producing billions of pennies, yet collectors still search for special examples, errors, and rare variations. The history. Lincoln Cent background. The Lincoln Cent has been circulating since 1909. Created to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln from 1959 to 2008, the reverse of the coin carried the iconic Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. By 1980, these coins were made of 95% copper, 5% tin, and zinc. This means 1980 pennies are part of the last era of high copper cents. Since starting in 1982, the mint switched to copper-plated zinc coins. The D mint mark stands for Denver, and in 1980, the Denver Mint struck a massive number of these coins. Mintage of 1980 D penny 5,140,098,660 coins. Yes, over 5 billion. Because so many were made, the regular circulation strikes are common, especially in lower grades. Most were used heavily, so many survive today in bad condition, worn, scratched, or discolored. The 1980 D penny rare. You might ask, if 5 billion coins were made, how can it be rare? Here's the truth. In bad condition, not rare. In high grade, mint state 66 plus, scarce with errors. Sometimes rare and valuable. What collectors look for are special varieties such as off-center strikes, die cracks, BIE errors, a small die break between B and E in Liberty, repunched mint marks, RPM, even a worn bad condition coin can be interesting if it has one of these errors. Let's talk money, which is what we all want to know for a 1980 D penny in bad condition. Heavily circulated, scratched, dark, or worn. The value is typically market value today. Bad condition, 2 cents to 5 cents retail, basically worth 1 to 5 cents, depending on copper weight and demand. Because this penny still contains 95% copper, many collectors and scrap buyers pay a small premium over face value. If your coin has a rare error, values can jump to $5 to $50 for common errors, $100 plus for dramatic errors, $300 plus for high-grade verified RPMs. Even a circulated coin can be valuable if an error is present. Just for reference, here's what the coin can sell for in mint state condition. Auction records: 1980 D penny, MS 66, $50 to $100, MS 67, $500 plus, MS 67 plus or higher. Extremely rare and can reach thousands at auction. This gives you an idea of why collectors hunt for perfect examples. Why collectors still like the 1980 D penny even though it's common. Collectors love the 1980 D penny because it's part of the copper era. It's over 40 years old. It can contain interesting mint errors. It's affordable and easy to find. It represents the late Lincoln Memorial design years, and for new collectors, it's a great coin to start learning about mint marks, grades, and varieties. So there you have it, the full story of the 1980 D 1-cent coin, even in bad condition. While it's not a rare treasure on its own, it's still a piece of American history, made of real copper, over 4 decades old, and potentially valuable if you find the right error or special condition. Don't forget to check your old penny collections. You never know what you might discover. Top 5. The 1972 D USA 1-cent coin. Even when it's found in bad or heavily circulated condition, we'll explore its history, background, minting details, why some versions can be rare, and of course, its market value in dollars today. So let's jump right in. The coin we're looking at is the 1972 D Lincoln Memorial 1 cent, minted in Denver. At first glance, This penny might look ordinary, especially in bad condition. But believe me, there are things every collector should know about this date. Historical background: the 1972 penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln from 1959 to 2008. The reverse of the penny featured the Lincoln Memorial, beautifully designed by Frank Gasparo in 1972. The U.S. Mint was still producing pennies made of 95% copper, 5% zinc and tin. That means every 1972 penny is a solid copper coin, heavier and more valuable in metal content than modern zinc pennies. The D Mint mark below the date tells us this coin was struck at the Denver Mint, and in 1972, the Denver Mint had an extremely high production year. Mintage of 1972 D penny: 2,665,071,400 coins. Yes, more than 2.6 billion pennies rolled off the presses with such a large mintage. Most 1972 D pennies today are not considered rare, especially in low grade or bad condition. Is the 1972 D penny rare? So the big question, is a 1972 D 1 cent coin rare? The answer depends on condition. Bad condition: worn, scratched, discolored, damaged, equals not rare. Errors and varieties: this is where things get interesting. Collectors hunt for off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies, BIE errors, repunched mint mark, RPM. While the famous 1972 double die obverse is mostly found on Philadelphia coins with no mint mark, Denver also produced some lesser-known RPM and die varieties that add value. Market value: bad condition. Let's get to the part everyone wants to know. How much is a 1972 D penny worth today in bad condition? For coins that are heavily worn, scratched, dull or dark, circulated for decades. Market value: bad condition, 2 cents to 5 cents. That's around 2 to 5 cents, mostly because of its copper content. But the story changes if your 1972 D penny has an error. Error coins and big value: a regular worn 1972 D penny isn't rare, but with errors, even a circulated coin can bring serious money. Possible error values: small die cracks, $5 to $20 BIE die break error, $10 to $50 off-center strike, $25 to $150 strong RPM, repunched mint mark, $40 to $120 plus. Dramatic errors, especially 20% or more off-center or large die breaks, can go even higher. In case you're curious, here's what this coin is worth in uncirculated condition: MS65, around $15 to $25, MS66, $50 to $80, MS67. Can reach hundreds of dollars because it's difficult to find this date in perfect condition. This shows how important condition is when it comes to coin values. Why the 1972 D penny still matters even in bad condition. The 1972 D penny is special because it's made of real 95% copper. It's now more than 50 years old. Some examples have valuable errors. It's part of the iconic Lincoln Memorial series. Collectors enjoy building complete year and mint sets, so even if the coin looks worn out, it still has history and lasting appeal. The 1972 D 1 cent coin may not be extremely rare on its own, but it's a piece of American history in bad condition. It's worth a few cents, but if you find the right error or variety, it can be worth much more. So always check your old pennies. You never know what treasure you might have. Thanks for watching the Coin Spot. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell us in the comments which coin you want us to cover next. See you in the next video.